Hello, I'm Jenny Honican, agency consultant with Kite Tech, and I'm here today to talk to you about company and broker commission agreements. Entering defaults on these agreements can ensure more accurate book of business data because many times users just forget to enter that in, so you don't have estimated commission at all. But it also can help your users with data entry for the ones that do enter it in rather than actually typing in a number and having to think about what number they're going to enter in. They just have to check a box. So it gives your user less time to think about data entry and more time to think about insurance. So before you begin, you want to make sure that you know what the number is that you're entering. You can check with your carrier, or you can just look at your commission statement and kind of get an average percentage. Most agencies like to separate between new and renewal business if the averages are kind of different. But remember, you don't have to be exact unless it's agency bill. If it's agency bill, you do have to be exact. I'll put that in there. But it doesn't have to be exact if we're talking about estimated commission, especially for a book of business report. So what you want to do is you just want to look and see, are you getting typically 12 to 15% for new business and then maybe 9 or 10 for renewals. Then you can use that as your number. You might occasionally have a line of business that is significantly less, like a workers' comp that's only giving 8. So you can configure that as well. I'm going to walk you through it, and I'm going to show you all of the things. All right, so here we are on a client account, and I've gone ahead and opened up the policy, and I'm on the line. And this is where I'm talking about. This is the data field where typically you want an account manager or a servicing staff to enter in the percentage here. But rather than make them think about this, you just want them to check a box. And when they check the box, it populates. If you over configure and you put a lot of carriers have bundling and things like that. If you try to over configure, then you're going to actually give them a drop down for the different scenarios, and that's going to defeat the purpose. So we really just want to keep it simple. Just let them check the box and move on so that they can think about selling insurance. I'm going to go over here to my carrier that I already pulled up, and I'm in the commission section, and you see that I have no commission agreements set up at all. So this is nice. I'm going to go ahead and add one just like everywhere in Epic. I'm going to click the plus. And then here are my criteria. This is where I'm telling Epic what to look for, what policy types to look for. So in this example, I'm going to enter in a new business and renewal business. And then I'm also going to enter in a workers' comp, just the one-off line of business. So in this case, it's just like in the reporting section, you start with everything and you want to filter down. So if we're going to do new business, then I'm going to go to status and I'm going to click selected. And then new business for my agency is going to be anything that's in quoting status because I want it to go ahead and pull in that number, new business. And then I have a one-time policy for policies that don't renew. I'm going to count that in as well. I am going to choose rewrite for my new business because even though to your agency, a rewrite is really just a renewal, you've just changed carriers, to the carrier, this is new business to them, and they're going to pay you new business commission. So go ahead and select rewrite here and click finish. And now we've filtered down everything into, all of our new business statuses. A lot of times I see agencies set up commission agreements and they forget this part at the top because their eyes are drawn to the red, the required fields here. So don't forget and don't bypass this part, or else you're going to end up with your multiple drop downs that I told you before. You don't have to worry about your dates. Typically, I just say open to open. If this agreement expires, if they change their rates, then you would just come in here. You can't delete an agreement, but you can modify it, and you would just expire it out and then start a new one. And then we're just going to say new business for this one. And then when we click our percent, we can give ourselves 15%. You can, this is standard. There are options for date-based, premium-based, and risk-based, but I'm not going to get to that in the scope of this video. So now When we click finish, we have our new business there and it's ready to go. If we enter a new policy, Liberty Mutual's new business will be in there. So now I've come into my policy and I've updated my payer to Liberty Mutual. And when I click use commission agreement, it's going to pull in that new business. Now I'm going to go in and enter a renewal, and you can copy the agreement. I'm just going to start from scratch just so that you can see it again. Here's the status, and I'm going to select for renewals. I'm going to select all of my renewal statuses. So I'm going to select renewal and renewal policy marketed. And remember, rewrite is new business to the carrier. So we're going to enter that in, and I'm going to keep my dates open. Renewal business, and we're going to give ourselves 10% for renewal and click finish. And so that's in there. So now the nice thing is when I go to renew my policy the next year, since I've entered in that renewal term, now it's going to automatically push the agreement forward because it reads that this status is renew, and it'll pick renewal business, and I don't have to check anything. So it kind of makes it nice. The other situation I want to show you is just how to set up a criteria for a line of business. In this case, same thing. Instead of status, line of business, you're going to select, check your box, and we said workers' comp. And here's our workers' comp. And we're just going to call it workers' comp commission. And we'll give ourselves 8% for that. Something to keep in mind is if you choose to set up by line and you have these kind of all-encompassing set up by status policies and you haven't excluded the line from these, then you're going to have two options. I'll show you on the Empire State Building. I added this workers' comp and I clicked use commission agreement, but actually there are two to choose from. This is what you're trying to avoid. So to eliminate that, if you're going to do line specific, then you need to eliminate that line from the new or renewal business. In this case, if you've already applied this to a policy, then you're not going to be able to modify it in any way. If you come into a situation where you do have a duplicate like this and you can't modify it because it's already applied to a policy, then just come over here and expire out the old. 2000 works too. And then that one is expired. Then we can actually copy it to the current account and fix it the way that we need it. And this one's the one that I'm going to make. Let's line of business. So in this case, we want to select everything except workers' comp. Click finish. And now when we go to our Empire State Building, now workers' comp is the only, the workers' comp agreement is the only option that we have. So we don't have to toggle between new and renewed. Same thing with a broker. You're going to do the same thing. The only difference between a carrier and a broker is that, remember, brokers can be commissionable, so they can be treated like producers as well. So I just want to highlight this agreement type here, this criterion here, receivable, commission payable, and premium payable. If this is a premium payable broker and they're not acting as a producer that's found business for you to write, if they've written it for you and they're sending you commission, then you want to just make this a premium payable entity broker and then set it up the same way. So I hope that helps a little bit with setting up your default commission agreements, help out with a little bit of data entry, make your reports a little cleaner. You know, at Kite Tech, we offer optimization services, outsourced accounting cleanup. We do a lot in addition to managed IT. We can help you with Microsoft 365. Just visit our website at www.kitetechgroup.com and reach out to us, and we would be glad to help you. Thanks for watching and have a great day.